All right. What's up, guys? I know that I don't usually stream on Tuesdays, but dude, there's just devastation going on in the market right now, man. So I felt obligated to get on here. This is definitely kind of scary times, right? This is not a normal day. So I just wanted to jump on real quick and do a quick assessment at what's currently happening, what it looks like is happening, right? So just diving right into it, man. Looking at Bitcoin here, the first thing that sticks out is that we have wiped out currently. I mean, this thing has 3 hours to close, right? It's got 3.5 hours. Anything can happen in those 3.5 hours. But ultimately what's going on is that you are wiping out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, right? 6 days worth of candle activity in one candle. Let me get the moving average in here. You're testing the 200-day moving average, right? You were below it for a second today, but God help you if you close below that 200-day moving average. Really, at this point, I can't imagine that any kind of follow-through price action tomorrow, the next day, whatever it's going to be, is going to be good. You just have like kind of like an evening doji star up here, dude. You can't say damage report without me asking if you watch Star Trek. I do not watch Star Trek, Danny. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the emergency middle of the day stream that I never do. Nah, I don't really watch Star Trek. I've seen some of the movies, and I think I know what you're talking about. I thought it was like status report. I guess it's when they get shot by like a laser or something. They're like, damage report. I think, yeah. But not really, man. Not too much. But, dude, yeah, with Bitcoin here, all right, you've wiped out those candles. I'll move it to the 4 hour in a sec, but it's just important to notate how important this really is. Because it's like not only have you closed out those last 6 candles, you know, you're obviously well below, you know, support back from March 25th. Okay, you're just bad, dude. Last piece of positive momentum was back here November 9th, right? You have way higher positive momentum, and you didn't get anywhere close to what that was the all-time high, right? So it's like finally started going green, and it's just pathetic price action, man. It just really is. As far as the MACD is concerned, that's just hidden bearish divergence, just disgusting. Double top kind of stuff going on if we're looking over here. All right, just could not really get above 52,000, 51,000 now confirmed. Just not good, dude. And the last point of support really that you have here is back down to like 45,000. Fall below that, I mean, you're heading back down to these levels of like 40K. All right, and if you do that, just keep this in mind. Remember what we talked about last night, the weekly head and shoulder structure that we're seeing. So it's like, dude, you head down to 40,000. At that point, you're down here. Okay. And the body is pretty much, or I guess the entire structure, I should say, is pretty much fully formed at that point, right? You'll have the shoulder, you'll have the head. You'll be down here, which is right where your, you know, last point of support would be this candle back from September 20th, that wick low, lining up with some peaks back here from like June and January. So that's really going to be the last spot, dude. But obviously you break that, which is the neckline. Now you've confirmed a weekly head and shoulders. I mean, you're probably going down to 30,000 and quick. So it's just not good, man. It's just not good. This is not what you wanted to see, especially after we had so much positive stuff going on, strong candles, breaking resistances, just be met with a daily candle that wipes out the prior 6 days, dude. So let's move it to the 4 hour real quick. Just take a look at that. I mean, the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 sessions have just been red candles. Negative momentum still continuing to build. You're not even oversold technically yet. You are below the 50-day moving average, below 50,000, below these 2 peaks that were trying to act as support for a few hours, right? You're below those now. So you're just flying through all of these supports, which took, days, if not a week or 2 to form. In 1 day, you're wiping it all out. So I don't know what exactly is the cause for the aggressive selling. All I know is that it's here, and it definitely is going to shake up the sentiment in the market that we couldn't get back above 53,000. All right. So it's just not good, man. And if we flip it over, it's like this looks kind of bullish, right? Just making higher lows, you know what I mean? About to break the 200-day moving average. You broke the 200-day moving average. You were probably going straight up to, what, 40,000, this point back here, right? If it was inverted. Unfortunately, it's not. So looks like we're heading to 40,000. I don't see anything on the oscillators implying any kind of exhaustion here yet. There's no Class A bullish divergence. Just continuing negative momentum off of the Class A bearish divergence, all right? So that's what's going on with Bitcoin, man. Just be prepared for more downside, all right? And like we said last night, that weekly head and shoulders might turn this into a type of bear market, right? That could last a month or 2, could last a little while. So it's just like, yuck, dude.
Oh my God.
But we'll continue to monitor it, keep an eye on it. Does look like, let's even move it to the hourly. Let's see if you're getting any kind of help at all. All right, so on the hourly, you're showing a little bit of Class A bullish divergence starting to develop on the MACD, not on the RSI. So it's kind of pathetic, right? It's kind of weak for an argument for it to reverse and start helping out the 4 hour and get you like a piercing pattern or something. Even if you did, there's no hidden bullish divergence or anything. So now it's probably going to take a few days to take care of this mess, all right? We had 6 days of stuff going on, just wiped out in one. So if we don't get follow-through price action that breaks below the 200 and immediately breaks down below 40, down to the 30, it's going to take probably a few days to get back what we just lost. All right? This is definitely not a bullish sentiment in the market right now. Yeah, dude. Dang, man. Hold on, I got something. Hold on. Yeah. Yuck. Yeah. Mine probably did too then. I didn't get a notification yet, but hey, man, some days are better than others, right? But that's why you have your stop loss, man. When it comes to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those guys, like, I just have holds on them, so there aren't stops. They're just swing plays to accumulate more and then accumulation on the way down. But everything else got pretty much stopped out. Most of the other cryptos that I had, I sold out of them this morning after starting to see some of the real negative impact that this market is having right now, this candle type stuff. So pulled out a couple little profits, but I'm glad I did when I did. They would have got stopped down. It would have been as bad, but I don't know, man. It's just the follow-through price action, this kind of stuff was just horrible. After it broke that 50-day moving average and broke these peaks back here, I was like, all right, this thing's got further to go. And sure enough, it did. And, I mean, just look to the right, dude. The market is dumping with it, dude. So it's just horrible. Just disgusting. But, as always, where things sell off, man, you got to look ahead to try and find support, right? Find areas. And what you could start to do, like you'll start noticing these M shapes, right? You can just, you'd have to get a little more savvy with harmonics, but you could start looking for harmonic things to play out, all right? So sharks appearing, bats and bullish harmonics, all right? After sell-offs and M shapes, you always look for the harmonic pattern completion zones around there. So those are the next levels to look at. And I know we put it in the Discord, but XRP is a good example of that, right? So Bitcoin keeps doing this, keeps selling, and the market keeps selling. Down here at this level of accumulation, down at like 78, 79 cents, you've got the pattern completion zone of a bullish bat, right? And you're on your final wave down there, right? Your A, B, C, D, right? X, A, B, C, and then D. And a good way to start to interpret if a harmonic is playing out, you can just take this, which is just called the ABCD pattern. So it's just A, B, C, and then if you get a D, like a 1, 2, 7, 2 or something, then you wait to see if price corrects there, and it could be coming down to that D point, right? Often it does if we're talking about Fibonacci levels. And the 886 here for Ripple would just be from the swing low back here to the swing high, all right, the 886, but just forming the textbook, really, bullish bat harmonic. So that could be a level to look for reversal to get in on XRP, man. All right, so it's not all doom and gloom. It's just the market does this, man. If you've been in crypto, it's not really anything new, all right?
Right.
Feels like you're getting slapped. I get it. This is me literally right now. How could the market slap me like this, dude? But it's just, it happens, man. This, especially in crypto, which is like, why when people just start talking about Shiba and they're just like, dude, I'm gonna throw my whole account in Shiba Inu or any number of S coins. It's like, do you not, you realize that through the test of time, man, crypto is the most volatile asset in existence. Bitcoin is extremely volatile. You're talking about, what, air swap? The hell do they even do? So you just got to be careful, dude. You gotta be careful. And this is exactly why. And this is why when you're swing trading, why you have stops, to a T. It could be looking good, man, and this stuff can happen. So you get stopped out, you get your capital back, you live to fight another day, and you look for levels that make sense to try and take the edge again, if an edge shows itself, all right? And unfortunately, at this point, after stuff like this, all you can do now is wait, all right? Wait for an edge, wait for something to start showing seller exhaustion at levels that make sense. Just because you have double bottoms and stuff down here and support doesn't mean that it's going to hold. It might hold for a minute or two, but it could also just break through, and at that point, you're going down to much lower levels. So, we'll see, man. All right, it's not nice. Nice. All right, let's take a look. Let's just move around and see what else we got going on. Cardano getting a daily bearish engulfing candle after rejecting the 50-day moving average, failing to reclaim this peak back here. So hidden bearish divergence implied. Right now, you're holding literally the 200 and the 50-day moving average on the 4-hour. So you're at a very crucial support line where if you were to break both of those simultaneously, I mean, you're going right back down to $1.20. All right, you're going right back down to levels that make sense, that have multiple touches that held as support. And then, as we've been saying, you close below the 120 mark, and it's probably fast track to $1. All right, so this is certainly not a time to be taking a long on anything in crypto. And it's like you hear the old expression of buy the dip and whatnot, and it's like, dude, you don't necessarily buy the dip every time. When if the asset is breaking multiple levels of support, sometimes it doesn't make sense to buy the dip because the dip is showing signs of continuing. So if you're just buying the dip every time, it's a form of dollar cost averaging, I suppose. But if you've got a bulk amount of money and you're just sitting there right now, let's say you've got $5,000 to invest and you're sitting here just thinking, oh, it's down 5%. Now it's the perfect time to put my 5,000 in because it's down a lot. That is incorrect, right? You're not putting in a strategic time. You're just putting it in because it's down a lot. You could get pretty hurt doing that because there could be a lot more downside on this thing. Unless you throw a stop on it, I guess, right? You want to take a long position and put a stop down below 45,000. I don't even know. I certainly wouldn't do that, but this is not the dip that I'm looking to buy, honestly, because with the confirmation we're seeing, you're most likely heading down to test these levels at like 45 again. I don't know, like we've been saying, I don't know how many more times this can be tested before breaking out. This looked like the breakout, and then it was pathetic. So now it looks pretty bad. It's like confirmation of resistance up here. You didn't even get back up to 53,000, right? Which was the shoulder back here that we've been looking at. So it's like you couldn't even get up to some of your local prior resistance points. You've like double topped from back here, from back in December 7th. So like, what about Bitcoin is looking bullish right now? At this very moment, because of what's going on today, this story has kind of changed. You can't get a daily candle that wipes out 6 whole days of prior candle activity and be talking about how Bitcoin is still bullish in the short term. Like, you just can't. So your next step, the 200-day, you break below that, just this is a time to be careful, man, all right? Because, I mean, a breakdown from that point, if we're going down to 40, I mean, you're looking at still a loss of like 16%, 15%. That's still a ways down, man, all right? So just be very careful. We'll take a look at Ethereum here as well, testing its demand line that it's had back here since September 21st, it looks like. Gross. Was below it for a time. It is holding it currently, but same kind of thing, right? MACD showing what? Hidden bearish divergence. MACD showing hidden bearish divergence. No bullish divergence, no edge. The 4-hour is in fact below that demand line, going all the way back. So it's just like below and failed to even break its 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. Touched it 3 times before dumping, and then just flying through the 50-day moving average, flying through 4,000, and now below a demand line. So it's just like, yeah, maybe we have some kind of harmonic going on here. All right, you're like at it. You're at the pattern completion zone literally right now of a bullish bat, but it doesn't matter because it's not like you don't have any divergence or anything. You don't have any Class A, bullish divergence, no sign of seller exhaustion. I don't see why Bitcoin would just suddenly reverse here after breaking through all those supports. So it doesn't really make sense to me that this bullish bat would play out and you'd reverse back to, breaking resistance and stuff like that. Really, you're just trying to get back above this demand line. And you fail to do that on this candle, you could be real quick just continue selling, right? Confirmation of that now being resistance. So let's see, maybe the, what is it? What gets you down here? The 1414. It's like the 1414 extension. I mean, we can anchor X back down here a little bit. All right, so now you got the 113, the 324, too shallow, so nothing really, right? So you got some Fibonacci levels lining up down around 3,600, I would say, which is your support back here from December 4th. You've also got your local little peaks here. Let's go ahead and see where this might line up, all right, on the daily. Yeah, down in this zone, all right? This is probably where you're heading, man, like 3,500, 3,477. Then we go ahead and move it from the low to the high here. All right, lining up right around the 618 retrace of that zone, okay? From the low to the high. Common, golden ratio, golden mean, retrace, whatever. That's probably where you're heading, dude.
Are you guys having a killer time?
Take a look at the weekly real quick. Bearish engulfing candle. Negative momentum is just building. It's like if we go back to June here, I mean, the 618 comes down to these two candles here. That sounds like $3,000, right? Lines up with the 50-day moving average at that point. Yeah. When you zoom way out, it's not crazy to think that you could get there. Looks like you might have fallen out of a... kind of just a channel. But yeah, I mean, that demand line goes all the way back to March 16th, so it's not a joke to be outside of it. All right. Move it over to, I'm curious, let me see what Bitcoin to Ethereum looks like real quick, or Ethereum to Bitcoin, I guess I should say. Yeah, it's kind of holding steady, right? They've both been performing about the same today. But it's still currently sitting at a point of support. All right, this peak back here from September 3rd, as well as acting as support more locally December 14th. So it's still sitting at support, could potentially rise if Bitcoin continues to sell off. We will see with that, man, but let's see here. Yeah, everything just has bearish engulfing candles. All right, evening stars, below moving averages, Kusama, whatever the hell that is. Kusama bin Laden. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. All right. Looks like you're getting a little bit of support going on right now. All right, and that's just locally on the hour. You're showing a little bit of exhaustion, but you're definitely not showing it on the 4-hour. And even if you did start to show a little bit, there's no divergence or anything at this point. So, dude, it's just going to take a few days to see where this thing goes. Holding the 200-day moving average, though, is you definitely want to do that today. If you get back below that and close below it, I don't know, man. I really don't think that 45 is going to hold. And then it's probably down to like 40. All right, so let's take a look real quick at, I do want to look at the total market cap real quick. Yeah, so it looks a lot like Bitcoin, man. Not so much as far as the 200-day moving average and stuff goes, but bearish divergence. You know, big bearish engulfing candle that's wiped out. You know, the prior 5 candlesticks falling out of support that we had back here. This peak from April 15th. So below that again, dude. Probably heading down to like $2 trillion, $2.056 trillion. All right, down to meet its 200-day moving average. If it closes here, right, that's not good confirmation as far as the price goes, man. All right, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get on, do a quick assessment here, and just let you guys know levels that make sense for this thing to head down to potentially, and you know, we'll continue to monitor it, but I just wanted to get on here real quick and just point this stuff out. It's not a joke. Definitely implies bearish sentiment here and rejection up at like 52,000, which is just really not what we want to see. We didn't want to get rejected at 53. We definitely don't want to get rejected at 52. All right, that's just even worse in my opinion. So we'll see, man. Hopefully this isn't the start to a prolonged bear market, but not good. Not good. All right, so appreciate anybody tuning in to watch this. Hope it was helpful in some way. Where there is selling off, there's always opportunities that present themselves, right, at the bottom of these things. So you need to be prepared. If you've got that extra powder laying around, just be prepared, man. All right. This is where the opportunities start to present themselves. And just because it might be heading down to these levels doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to break and go down. We just have to assess it when it gets there. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to get going. I got to get back to my day job here. I had to just take a little break to let you guys know what was going on. All right. Days like this can be scary. Emotions can get high. and you can make irrational decisions. So just relax. It's okay. This is crypto, after all. And we'll just keep an eye on it, man. And I'll keep you posted. If you want to get 24/7 updates, or just if you have questions, whenever, dude, go jump in the Discord over there at Obe Technical Analysis. Join the Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Just shoot me a message wherever on those things. And, dude, I love talking about this stuff. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. But that's going to do it, guys, all right? I'm going to get going. But I hope you have a good rest of your Tuesday. And I'll be back on to do my regular stream tomorrow night. All right? But until then, keep it cool, keep it real, and as always, keep it technical. Our pies.